The problem with The Witcher. 2019 started on a high note when it comes to film and entertainment. Fans have been glued to their screens, and the future looks even brighter. I'm sure you've heard about The Witcher, and word on the street is that the show could be a big mess. So far, the reactions have not been positive. I'm here to uncover everything which could possibly be wrong with the show. Trust me, you want to stick around for this. While at it, remember to subscribe and turn on the notification to get notified when we upload more videos. Alright, in early June, Henry Cavill posted on his Instagram saying that they had wrapped the first season of The Witcher, a series based on the Polish novels by Andrzej Sapkowski. Considering his past successes, especially as Superman, fans knew that the show would definitely be epic. Cavill is a known fan of the books and the games, and when he says the show will be great, we should believe him, right? Plus, he looks like he really put a lot into achieving the character. I mean, just have a good look at him. The man is buffed. Eventually, the show was hyped with posters and the first official trailer. It has an amazing actor for the lead and several other incredible people with leading roles. The showrunner, Lauren Hissrich, has been successful in the past, and it has renowned directors Alik Sakharov and Charlotte Brandstrom. Not forgetting the writer, Andrzej, also worked as a consultant at some point. The video games have been very successful, and they've sold over 33 million copies worldwide. So what could possibly go wrong with such a promising production? The answer is a lot. Let's just say that The Witcher has been having issues way before the trailer was recently released. Earlier, Netflix announced that the show was paused because Henry Cavill had to go for his side gigs. As soon as they started filming the opening scene, Henry left and told the producers that he'd signed a temporary contract with a marketing agency for a few weeks. Viewers have already noticed that his method acting affected the performance and he appears wooden. However, fans of the game and the book say the character is supposed to be wooden, so we'll let that slide and say he's totally in character. Before we get into other details of what may be wrong with it, let's first have a look at what the show is all about. Netflix has been quiet about The Witcher for quite some time, but it recently revealed the first ever trailer of The Witcher and not everyone was impressed. The first thing viewers noticed is that Geralt only had one sword instead of two. Well, that was put to rest when Lauren said that the series was based on the novels and not the games. Unlike in the game, Geralt carries one of the swords on his back and the other is in safe custody of his companion horse, Roach. This also explains why many other things don't match the games. We can't say much about the horse and its abilities, but it will be really cool if the horse has some powers. I know it may be a bit difficult, but that's where the magic of CGI comes in. The Witcher is going to be an adult show with plenty of violence and sex, so it's not something you want to watch with a 5-year-old in the vicinity. The adaptation of the film will be based on the books and not the games as many people think. For those who are familiar with the books, the show is set at a time before the games begin. Lauren Hissrich revealed that it wouldn't be easy to identify a human villain. Almost everyone gets to be good and evil throughout the show. The characters people will root for in the beginning will not be the same one you will root for in the end. Something relatable to human emotions will motivate the ones who seem evil, and viewers will end up relating to them and even forgive them. So far, so good. Fans are introduced to the tale of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter in a world where humans are worse than the monsters he hunts. Initially, the only thing he cares about is hunting monsters and getting paid. In the plot, elves and humans used to live in harmony in the continent until the elves decided to teach humans how to use magic. Geralt meets up with a powerful sorceress named Yennefer and Ciri, a young princess with a dangerous secret. Geralt's perception of life and his purpose takes an unexpected turn. They team up and try to navigate the continent together. And if anything, that storyline is enough to keep anyone yearning for more. To put to rest everything regarding the video games, the production probably doesn't have rights to the game, so they can't borrow much from the game, so anything on the show which won't match the game can be justified. In any case, Netflix wouldn't have a problem adapting the game because it's something they've done successfully in the past. Remember Castlevania? That was a masterpiece. There seemed to be a lot of controversy around the casting of Ciri. Producers announced that they were looking for a BAME, Black Asian Minority Ethnic, female to play Ciri. Many Witcher fans became angry that they wanted to change her race even though Lauren had clearly indicated in one of her tweets that she wouldn't change the race of the characters. She promised not to alter any cultural heritage or ethnic makeup even if she felt liberal at some point. Clearly, she hasn't kept her word to the latter. Some fans of The Witcher said that it doesn't matter what race Ciri was as long as she has white hair and a scar eventually. Others argued that the production should never have attempted to change her race. What's more worrying was whether the show would have prepared the young actress for any harassment she would face online. It's happened before, and it could be damaging for an actor if they are not ready for the backlash. Well, the cast was eventually put together, and Ciri is white, but fans are still disappointed in Yennefer and the Black Elves. Apparently, they are not an accurate representation of the books. It feels like it's a case of blackwashing. So what else could possibly go wrong with the adaptation of a bunch of iconic books? Many people believe that Netflix is trying to recreate its own Game of Thrones with The Witcher. The Slavs feel like they aren't accurately represented on the show. Apparently, the teaser makes it look like another generic Hollywood series. There's almost no feel of the books, and the choice of soundtracks in the trailer is supposedly terrible. Hopefully, it won't be the case when the show starts to air. I mean, there is a variety of Polish songs that the production may choose from. In an interview, Lauren admitted that HBO made the world realize that fantasies could be acceptable for everyone, but she downplayed the similarities between the two shows. However, that didn't stop viewers from noticing one or two things. Both are set in a dark world where humans are worse than supernatural beings. They both have prophecies and spells which collide with political interests. The most significant difference is that The Witcher is full of monsters, and the Game of Thrones had the Nightwalker and his army of the dead. Well, we can't really blame The Witcher for the similarities. The production is merely attempting to adapt the books. Game of Thrones isn't the only show linked to The Witcher. Others believe that the soundtrack is similar to Marvel production, making it look like it is still Superman but in a different setting. Also, many have complained that the production material made Geralt look like Legolas. And that's not all. The Nilfgaardian armor in the series is also disturbingly terrible. Viewers may have different opinions regarding other things, but on this particular topic, everyone is in consensus. Wow, Netflix, just wow. For a show with a very high budget, they should have done better. The armor was first uploaded on YouTube without revealing much about the story, but the video was taken down due to copyright issues. Fans hoped that the costume would look different after special effects. However, viewers have had another look at the armor, and the comments are still the same. They got the color right, but that's about all they got right with the armor. Some say that they look like homemade hockey gears. Others believe they look like Power Ranger mooks. Hilarious. If it makes it any better, at least Geralt's costume is pretty badass. The other problem is that the first season has 8 episodes. There's so much to tell from the books, fans are not sure whether the production will tell everything which needs to be said. The assumption is that the 8 episodes will run for 1 hour each. The 2-minute teaser basically covers most of the first book, and it already spills to the second book because that is where Geralt meets Ciri. She chooses to go with Geralt, but later in the teaser we see Ciri traveling in the desert. In the books, that happens much later, and viewers get confused at that point. Exactly how far into the books does the first season go? The town at the beginning of the trailer could possibly be Blaviken, and the fighting scenes might be the ones which earn Geralt the name Butcher of Blaviken. The knight escaping with Ciri might be the one supposed to take her out of the city, and the town with the Nilfgaardians could be Sintra. Some conversations and actions also seem to take part much later in the books, so we really can't tell how everything will unfold until we get to see the episodes. What we know for sure is that the show can't only take 1 season because the production cost a lot of money and there's too much to tell. Well, book adaptations rarely stick to the script, so we should probably expect a few twists and omissions here and there. For instance, from the teaser, we can tell there's a background story for Yen. The book introduces her as a powerful sorcerer, but the film will explain why she was always so angry. Even with all of those controversies, the show is still one of the most anticipated ones at the moment, and one of Netflix's most ambitious ventures. The release date has not yet been announced, but the show is likely to debut towards the end of 2019. I bet there's still hope for the show. We can't fully judge it based on a 2-minute trailer. Some films have had terrible trailers in the past, but they actually turned out great. Some were horrible throughout the first season and picked up pretty well in the subsequent seasons. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and hope for the best. The Witcher is a great fantasy tale which deserves a chance. Let me know what you think about it so far. Do you think the series will be amazing or one big mess?